One of the greatest things for me about this gospel is knowing that I can have an eternal family. And a question that I have is, how do we, if we have a family member or someone that we consider family that has left the gospel or just ventured a different way, how do we go about being a good example to them or caring for them or showing compassion for them without trying to offend them, if that makes sense?
No, it does. Makes a lot of sense. It's not unlike other questions that people have asked here this morning. We're all probably going to have somebody in the family or a very dear friend, maybe even a parent, surely maybe a child, where we're going to have to walk that line about how do we not drive them away, how do we not offend, how do we not make them farther out of our reach, while still making it absolutely clear that we want them closer and that maybe that things aren't right. Do not underestimate third-party answers to prayer. How often God will answer a prayer through somebody else. Occasionally, it'll be Moroni-like, or the angel that appears to Alma. It might be the straight channel on occasion, but not, maybe not often, and maybe not frequently, maybe not usually. I think this prayerful thing, your idea of praying about how can I help, this brother's friend or child or neighbor or parent or whoever it is he's worried about, he may almost be in a situation where he's not going to be the one who's able to, beyond loving him and setting the example, but you're going to get the answer. The next door neighbor, you're the one that's going to say something. Or you're the one who's going to come through with the service. I love that. I love the idea, and I believe it, and I've taught it all my life, that God regularly, usually, answers prayers through a third party. Why? I'm not sure. Why it isn't just, I'm asking, so I'm getting. But a lot of time it's, I'm asking, and she got it for me. I really, really believe in that principle. So we all, this community thing, the wider circle of this couple with their own children, we're as concerned around the circle as they are about how those boys do and how your children do. And if one of them is having a little bit of a problem right now, just to be alert and open to the idea that a whole ward or a whole neighborhood or a whole somebody or the whole scout troop or the whole young women's class needs to be open to that prompting we talked about earlier, that we may be invited to step into the breach to answer a prayer you're offering, but that you can't answer, that you can't deliver on right now. The ultimate image, the abiding image, and we see it in the Christus, and we read it in every verse of Scripture I know, is God with his open arms. I love that idea of welcome. And I've been quick to give sermons about God doing that, but it's a pretty good reminder that we need to do that. That they're always going to be welcome. We're going to thread this very delicate line of separating the sin from the sinner. Boy, that is no small talent.